Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of James's Minecraft Journal. My name is James the Douglas. I often find that when I say James the Douglas I often don't pronounce the part in between it correctly. I don't put enough emphasis on it. Often I just say James the Douglas. You know, I don't bother with the th sound, the sound, James the Douglas. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm not sure what other people do because not everyone just calls me James as opposed to James the Douglas, but that is my name. Anyway, that is by the by. That was just something that came to mind that I felt I had to share. This is the important thing, right here. This is the entrance to our one-day city. You can see I've done a bit of work on it since yesterday. I've tried to add a bit of detail. Not all details implemented yet. Obviously it's not a great amount of detail, but I feel it does add a lot. I added on a second arch above it. It doesn't look exactly like the arch below, but I think it mirrors it in a way that helps to, I know, develop the image a bit more. Also, as you can see, I indented some stone bricks into the wall, and I think that has also gone a long way to helping to I don't know, make it look a bit more alive, the place. We're going to get rid of these torches now because we know where our gate is. We can see it. But yeah, this is how it's gone. I think it's gone well so far. For the in between the arch, you'll notice that there's you can see a gap. It's got nothing in it at this point in time. I find I often come up here to stand and look at it. This is kind of my vantage point now. But yeah, you can see that there's a gap. I think in that gap, I was originally thinking of putting, what do you call it, iron bars. But I think now we're just going to go with the stone slabs, which we've used for the other points of detail. Kind of want to make a few more before we actually get onto that. So there we go. Let's get rid of that, Okay. So, yeah, I think today we're just going to continue work on this. Again, today's not going to be a long episode. I know there hasn't been that many long episodes lately, but it's just because I've been, I hate to say playing a lot of UHC. That is my forte at the minute. That is what I like at the minute. This might be harder than expected, based on the fact there's very little room to move. There's a mob. Must be at the base of the tower. Alright, so let's just do that, I guess. Oh man, it's turning night. I should have thought about this before I actually started. I'm sorry, I say actually a lot. People often pull other people up, and myself up for using that word, and I've pulled myself up for using it in this LP before, but I'm not actually. That was a joke. I'm not sure if I really, if it's necessary in the sentences in which I use it. There you go. There's my English problems, but it's okay because I'm Scottish. Someone's going to take offence to that one day, I know it. But yeah, so let's have a look at how that looks once we, that was another bad sentence. Let's have a look at how that looks. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks actually alright from down here. Let's get another vantage point from there. That's good. Let's have a look at our main one. See, other builders I've noticed like to go way in the distance and look at their build from afar. But I can't do that because I'm on a 3-chunk render distance. Sorry, you'll notice that I can barely see along this road just because of how low my render distance is. So we're just gonna have to live with a close-up view. It was quite funny yesterday because me and Ace played a Reddit UHC game, and they had a mini game before the game started, and it was MLGs. And at first I couldn't get it. I couldn't land the MLG. I kept missing the water drop. And then there was one time I got it, and then I did it 4 times in a row because the ground was loaded already, so I could jump down and land it easily because I could see what I was coming into rather than the the ground loading suddenly in front of me like it was doing every time before. But no, that was good fun. Anyway, let's. I think we should continue with the one piece of detail at the side. I wish to talk about another UHC game I played yesterday. I also want to, I guess, light up in here. But yeah, me and Ace Jack started a game. The reason I'm talking about this game is because I didn't record it. If I played a good game and I recorded it, I wouldn't bother talking about it, but I'm talking about it because I didn't record it. Ace, Jack and I started a team of 3 game, which was amazing. Unfortunately, Jack died early to a skeleton, and it was just me and Ace to fight. And Ace was the diamond machine as always. He found a lot of diamonds. I think he found about 40 diamonds in the whole game, which was pretty spectacular. And he was able to make a full set of diamond for himself, and I got a couple of pieces of diamond armor as well. He had a diamond sword as well, for crying out loud, so he was the diamond man. I don't understand what this zombie guy is. Oh, I know where he is. Is that him up there? Yeah, that's him up there. So I couldn't make out if that was him. So yeah, me and Ace went into the final battle, into deathmatch with well, he was full diamond and I had some diamond armor, and so that was good. And basically we managed to kill off the first team, although we didn't actually directly get the kill on them. They fell to their deaths, but we hit them off. And then we didn't have a bow previously, but I found a bow in one of them. It was unenchanted, but who cares? It's a bow. So I managed to get the bow. I had arrows on me, so I sniped down 2 other people, which was good. And then Ace went and got a couple of kills. He got the final kill, and we won. So it was pretty amazing, really. I guess the diamond armor was really helpful in that game. Then we were called hackers throughout the duration of deathmatch because we got nigh on 6 kills, which was pretty sweet. But you're only called a hacker if you're good, or you're a hacker. I'm not a hacker, I promise. Oh, one thing I have seen, I think Seth Bling do this. You can invent aimbot through command blocks. If you type a certain command in, you can use aimbot, do aimbot on like zombies and that. But that's cheating. Don't do that. Anyway, so we've got a bit more of the detail added in. I'm not entirely sure what else we could do. Well, like I'm unsure about what to do about the roof, because this is where the problem lies. Basically, the tower is too thin to have any more substantial levels, and I'll show you what I mean now. So this is the summit of the tower. What I was planning to have was like a 3x3 that goes further up, but I can't do that if I want to have like a walkway all the way around. The issue occurs because I don't know how the person is going to, like, how anyone's going to get up here. But yeah, the thing is, like, the only thing we can now do is this. Is do a pointy thing in the sky, and I'm not entirely sure how that's gonna work in as far as detail goes, and how far as far as looks go. I mean, what we could do is like have a kind of an umbrella kind of roof sitting over this, and then I don't know, a walkway over the bridge. I think we might implement a walkway. I kind of want to have stone slabs here as the pathway. I'll just see how this looks. Oh, and then yeah, that might work. The battlements don't need to be too high, do they? Maybe we can do that just to make them a bit more distinct. I see people use things like stairs for the battlements and half slabs and other things, but I don't really like that. I mean, it looks good, but I think battlements need to be more distinct. They need to stand out more. Yeah, like this. So it actually gives you some sort of cover if you're sniping someone. I mean, obviously, I doubt we'll ever be up here sniping someone, but Just in case. Just in case. Alright, oh, I might have stone slabs. Let's just build this bridge across anyway, nonetheless. We'll do it like so. Let's try and add something underneath. 2 seconds. Let's do that. Yeah. Oh, flip. Oh, it's okay, we've got just enough to do this. There we go. Don't have enough to do the other side though, but then we've not started the top bit of the other side. Okay, let's go down and see how that looks. I don't think I can fit that one in. Okay. We'd have to probably finish it to see how it properly looks, because at the minute that just doesn't really look that good. I mean, I don't know, I kind of like how the arch is at the top, how it's an arch at the bottom and at the top, whereas if it's just flat at the top, it's not that good. You know, I don't mind that actually. It has a lot of, it does have a lot of detail to it. It does look kind of chaotic at times, but I think that does help to some extent to make it look more interesting rather than just a plain flat wall. So I know, I quite like it. I think we're going to keep it. One thing I do want to check though is the size of these two clefts. I think that's the right word, because I think one or the other is a different size. So we're just going to briefly check the size of them. I think that's 11. Not that it doesn't matter too much, but if I keep noticing it, then it will. I'm not sure I will notice it, though. I've not noticed it yet, if it's blatantly obvious, but I'll see. Alright, so I think we've got that basically finished. Of course, oh yeah, we need to do the roof. I forgot about that. Oh, and it's turning night. It always turns night whenever I start recording. Having said that, back in my progress game, it used to get annoying when it was night because I couldn't do anything outside, and because the mobs, like, it was so laggy, I couldn't fight mobs, and the mobs behaved differently to how they do now, so it was harder to fight, and I used to die a lot. So I should be thankful I've got a bed and I can sleep the night away peacefully without mobs interrupting. Anyway, so inside here we've got not too much. I think what we're going to have here is just simply a ladder. In the past I've done massive staircases and that, but I don't think there's enough room. We would have to, let's see, pressing all the wrong buttons today. We would have to create a perimeter. Yeah, and see, with the clefts and that, it would just not work. So I think what we're going to do is we're just simply going to have a ladder going up the middle, and that will be the way we get to the top. I heard Notch actually said ladders were boring when he first implemented them into the game, but I don't know, I think they're quite useful. I think Minecraft needs ladders, and you know, they aren't just used for climbing. People use them to provide kind of a place for hitboxes to stand, or let me try that again. Ladders do have a hitbox, and therefore they can position entities, including a player, against a wall at a certain distance. So, because you saw this more in beta or in alpha, but you certainly get it a lot. I'm sure you get it a lot now. So the ladder is probably just going to go right up the middle. We're not going to have anything too fancy. I think just cobble. I guess we could have cobble, and we could alternate blocks just to make it slightly more interesting, although I'm not sure how much more interesting that'll make it. I think we'll have You know what? We might have a stone floor. How about that? Let's go for a stone floor. Where's the stone? There's a stone. Well, actually, technically, we don't need to even put stone there because yeah, basically we're not doing too much with the tower. Just a ladder will be fine. I know it's kind of a cop out, but whatever. If I'm building something massive, then I think I can be allowed a few cop outs. Okay, and now to finish off the towers, we're going to add on a kind of umbrella roof, as I mentioned before, to the tower here. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, in all honesty, but let's just see what we can do here. Alright. That should be tall enough, I reckon. It's just gonna be simple. Nothing too extravagant. Nothing too fancy. We're just gonna do it. Put our foot down and do it. Now we're using lapis. I used lapis for the roof in the castle in Garfunkel. And I think it'll look good if we do the same again. Although we'll have to use it's less lapis we're using. Although it might be a fair amount. If we do that, how does that look? It looks funny. Alright, well, we'll see how that looks from down below. Let's, we might as well do the other one. I've got a feeling this is something I'm going to regret, like the creeper face, or the initial creeper face. Man, I still can't get over how bad the first creeper face looked. It was so shocking. Shockingly awful. Alright. So yeah, just quickly I want to briefly mention that there might be a cut in my videos coming up, or sorry, a drop in the number that get put out. I'll explain the reasons for that in a few episodes time, but for now I'm just giving a heads up that there will probably be a lack of videos coming out over the next week, or certainly towards the end of next week, but I'll explain more about that in due course. I was supposed to take out these blocks, although I might leave them back in because they don't look like they are unnecessary. Well, no, they are not necessary, but at the same time they could be good to have. Okay, let's go and see. Oh, I failed at one earlier, but I didn't die, which was good. I thought it was going to look rubbish. I shouldn't use the word rubbish. I should use the word, well, I don't know. It doesn't actually look too bad. What could we do to brighten up? Sorry if it just seems like a screenshot. I noticed at the end of the last episode, my last scene was just basically the camera sitting still, but I'm trying to look at it intently. I'm trying to see if there's anything I could do to brighten it up. Well, I think the underside of the roof should be lapis as well, because that then it really does look like an umbrella. We could raise it and widen it, maybe. Alright, I'm going to have to end it there. I did say to Jack that I would be on Skype with him around this time, so I'm going to have to end it there. Thank you for watching, and I think we'll continue with this build. Oh, I'll continue with it off camera and we can work on the walls maybe next episode. I think, maybe. Anyway, see you.